I'm going to start off by saying that I'm not going to be claiming that I know the exact height and/or diameter of the sun. I am going to be making the assertion that the sun is not 93 million miles away and has a diameter 109 times the Earth that travels at 500,000 miles per hour while rotating on a road to nowhere. The sun is local, and hopefully after watching this, you will come to that same conclusion, or at least start to question the occult science of the sun god worship heliocentrism. Let's start with some footage of the sun in the clouds. This is my personal observation here, and it does appear that there are clouds in front of and behind the sun. And it appeared this way all the way until the sun set. What I found to be even more intriguing is that when I put this footage under an emboss filter, which just enhances the edges, we can clearly see the clouds are behind the sun. If the clouds were thin enough for the sun to shine through, we should still see some sort of texture in front of the sun with the emboss filter. That is not what we observe. We see there are clouds in front of and behind the sun. But I'm not the only one that caught footage like this. This is a photo my good friend took where it appears the sun is hanging out in the clouds. I'm not sure how it's possible for the horizon to be behind the sun if it were out in outer space 93 million miles away. And as you can see, this sunset has a bulge right where it is setting. Instead of evenly lighting the horizon as it should if the sun were behind the horizon. Also, after the sun sets, it only lights up a small portion of the horizon, compared to what we see from the fake footage from outer space lighting up the entire horizon. This is another set of personal observations I've done that was a time lapse of about 2 to 3 hours with a solar filter to block out all obstructions done from elevations of 2.2 and 1.1 miles high, that clearly shows the sun gets measurably smaller in diameter as it reaches the horizon, which is simply falling into our limit of sight, which we refer to as the vanishing point, and is how the law of perspective works. I did these observations from multiple locations with 2 different cameras and 2 different types of solar filters. The results show that the sun should not be changing significantly in diameter as it sets if we were 93 million miles away and we were tilting back as we spin just a few degrees, while orbiting the sun at 66,600 miles per hour. Remember, you have been led to believe that the sun is traveling nearly 500,000 miles per hour as it sets. And if that is your belief, I think it's safe to say that you have been sucked into the devil's matrix. The sun gets smaller because it's traveling further away from us. Here's some more personal footage of the sun vanishing above the horizon, proving that it's falling into the vanishing point and not over a curve. Next, we have a photo I took on the way to the Skyfall conference that shows a local hotspot shining on a small amount of Earth, which shouldn't happen if the sun were 93 million miles away. This is the dog cam high altitude footage that shows a hotspot on the clouds. Indeed, a local light source. It is very easy to prove that a hotspot comes from a local light source. On a globe, the sun's distance has nothing to do with how seasons work. The sun is said to be 3.1 million miles closer to the Earth during its perihelion, which is during the northern hemisphere's winter, and the sun is said to be millions of miles further away during the globe's northern hemisphere's summer. Yes, it's as crazy as it sounds. The sun's distance is not what is heating the northern or southern hemispheres during the summertime. How seasons work on a globe has to do with Earth's axial tilt and the sun's parallel rays. Whatever hemisphere is tilted towards the sun is what hemisphere is getting warmer. If the sun's distance has nothing to do with seasons, then why do daylight and temperature go hand in hand? The change in temperature throughout the day is only possible if the source of light or heat, i.e. the sun, is near us. If the sun were really 93 million miles away, the temperature on Earth where the sun shines would be a sustained temperature with little variations during dusk and dawn. This is not what we observe. Again, daylight and temperature go hand in hand. It gets warmer or hotter during midday because the sun is getting closer to us, and colder as the sun travels further away from us.